calling back. We're going to try to give her a call again, and then she just added another phone number to the 13-year-old grandson who's possibly with the daughter. Step out with this.
2412.
Veteran crisis hotline's calling in, so they have a female veteran's off her medication. She's at work to Safe Haven. Checking 12, we'll check that one out.
6-1 bullet, 2-1 start, take your shots.
Officer still stands for talk? No. Offender in custody? Thanks. Anyone else close, wait to see what's up, let me know. First number. 10-4. Veterans off her medication. She's at work to Safe Haven. You're checking 12, we'll check that one out.
6-1 bullet, 2-1 start, take your shots.
Officer still stands for talk? No. Offender in custody? Thanks. Anyone else close, wait to see what's up, let me know.
3-3, can you let us supervisor know that I have orders attached?
1830.
Yeah, possible here in Wilson.
My Lord. Yeah, come on, StreamYard. Anytime you would like to work, that would be really swell. It's not even pulling me up on screen. What is going on? I apologize. I don't know if anybody can hear me or not, but I've been trying to wait for StreamYard's bugginess to stop so I can join the show for like the last 3 minutes. Is it gonna work now? We'll see. Oh, my Lord. Is it working? Good morning. Oh, my Lord. Is it working? More updates again with StreamYard stuff that don't really care about. But unfortunately, I mean, that's one thing. There's so many, there has been a lot of updates, including like the chat that comes up on the screen. That's cool. A lot of other updates I don't really have use for, but a lot of them I really don't have use for. But the bugs, man, Anyway, good morning, bright and early. I need to take my first sip of coffee. What a long day yesterday with all of the hoaxes, right? If you guys were hanging out yesterday while we were covering active shooter events, geez, it was hoax after hoax after hoax, and the last one was really scary because you could definitely hear the fear, even through the live scanner. You could. It was. It was chaotic. You know, it was pretty crazy, but I'm glad that it turned out not to be real. But man, it seems like an everyday thing anymore. The last few weeks, we've covered a lot of them, really. So if you didn't see that, the last one, the last one we did yesterday, that one was wild, man. It was definitely wild. But there was a body cam that just got put out last night from Law and Crime. Now it is redacted, and that's cool because honestly, if it showed any of the graphic nature and no redactions, I mean, I'm sure some people would, but that's not something that I would be interested in presenting, on a public platform. So, I'm glad that it was redacted, when it comes to where the victims were at. So really, with this body camera, a lot of the focus is on the actions and the audio. There's a lot of video still. It's just where the victims are at. Um, they redact that. But you hear the conversations that are going outside. You hear how the events are unfolding. This whole time we've been used to relying on documents, to kind of paint the picture, and you have to, it's kind of like text messages. They say that's the worst way to communicate is through text messages, and it really is, because when you're reading somebody else's words, it's human nature for you to put your own emotion into those words. And so that's why a lot of things can get taken the wrong way, or not understood completely, or not communicated very well. Because if you rely on text form communication, it's not very good if you're really trying to have like good communication, it's not really in fact, it does damage. If you're trying to have good solid communication, it does damage because it creates a lot of misunderstandings, based off of human nature. You putting your own emotions into the words, and then not with the true emotions. So when it comes to this body cam, that's another thing that's very important, is that you're going to be able to hear the true emotions that are coming through a lot of this stuff that's being talked about. Plus, you're also gonna hear if emotions are real or fake. Also, they're obviously, they all know that they're on body cam when they're out there showing up to the scene, and so there's going to be some conversation where they're that's going to be automatic. But you're going to hear the conversation between the officers with the witnesses, the people outside, what it looked like when they showed up, or when this particular officer showed up. It's the conversation, how scary they were. I mean, as soon as the officer comes into the crime scene, and as soon as it's obviously, they're shaken up as well. And I hope that that's their job. Their job is to show up to situations like that. And, whether they were prepared for it or not experienced, that's a different matter. But whether you're prepared for it or experienced, if that's the first one that you come across in your career, and you don't live in that big city, you're not desensitized to a lot of that stuff, because you're not you're doing noise complaints, and you're busting underage alcohol drinkers. Even one of the victims is like, or the witnesses was like, nothing ever bad happens in Idaho. I mean, if you really look into the background, I beg to differ, because there's a lot of other stuff that goes on. But there's also a bunch of photos that were released too. Photos of the crime scene outside, inside, a bunch of new photos as well, a whole bunch. So we'll be scrolling through those also. And then Dallinger had some interviews, a couple new interviews on some national news. And we'll go through those too. There's also WSU had a professor. There's something going on with a professor over there. And then Moscow had a lockdown as well. I don't know if any of you have heard that. Moscow had a shelter in place there for a little bit a couple days ago. Was it yesterday, or maybe it was the day before? We'll go through those real quick. So we'll go through those couple updates. We'll check out Dallinger's newest interviews, and then we'll get into the body cam. And then after that, we will get into the photos. So thank you all for being here. Appreciate it very much. And please hit that like if you haven't yet. It is the free way. All right, so let me pull up. I'm going to show you guys the shelter in place that took place yesterday. And then a former WSU professor is sentenced for attacking a student. And then Dallinger shares his thoughts on the case there. So he's been doing a lot of talking too. He has. All right. Now, hopefully, let's see if StreamYard will allow me to do this. Give me 1 second. Let me, one moment.
Well, just be.
Oh. All right, if it's going to allow me to do so. Yeah, it's bugging out right there. All right, let's see. Let's see if this is working. Yes, it's working. Okay. So here's the shelter in place, large warehouse fire east of downtown Spokane. But that's in Spokane. Now check this out. This is a shelter in place lifted in Moscow. Just before the newscast began, a shelter in place was lifted in Moscow, according to the Moscow PD Facebook page. MPD says they have one male subject in custody now. The advisory was affecting the 400 block of South Roosevelt Street near Lena Whitmore Park. Again, the shelter in place. Whoa! What the heck? It just restarted. Hold on. No, it just went to the next one. I apologize. It's being buggy as hell. All right. So the former WSU student instructor was sentenced for attacking a student. And so here's the link to this as well. Where's the closed captioning? All right. Hold on. I can't play the audio. All right, a guilty plea today. Oh my Lord. Oh my gosh. A guilty plea and sentencing today for a former Washington State University instructor accused of attacking a student over a Make America Great Again hat. Oh my Lord, it's the water over there. It's the water. All right, here is Dallinger's new interview on Fox News. Oh my Lord. Dude, this is being so buggy right now.
So Moscow, Idaho Police Chief Anthony Dallinger sharing new details about the investigation into the 2022 murder of 4 University of Idaho students. He sat down with our own Fox News contributor Paul Morrow in a Fox and Friends exclusive interview. Take a look.
In 2022, when the task force was formed to investigate the Koberger case, what was your role at the time?
At the time, I was our services division commander. I was rank of captain, and that position oversees our investigative unit.
What was the feeling inside the task force as far as whether or not you were going to get there, whether you were going to solve this thing?
Yeah, the feeling, it was palpable. We were all on the same sheet of music. We had the same drive, the same fire in our belly.
So let's go to the night of. All right. It's November 13th, 2022.
This happened in our house. We don't know what. What is the address of the emergency? 1122.
Shortly after the call came in, and didn't expect to hear what I heard on the other end of the line, that we had not only a homicide, but we had a quadruple homicide. 4 U of I students were killed, and my initial reaction was disbelief.
Heavy crime scene for you guys. Did you go to the scene?
Immediately.
So, Chief, we're here at the site. Obviously, the house is gone.
You know what? I feel bad because, let me scoot it back a second. When it comes to this photo, I feel bad because I seen somebody must have recently went out there within the last few days, and they took a photo of, the little memorial that was set up there. And then it had the backdrop of the house not the house, but it had a backdrop of the lot that, just the dirt and the overgrown grass. And it looks like a sad sight. I really wish they would, I don't know, it's one thing when you're pulling up and you see it and you got patches of overgrown grass and dirt that doesn't have grass growing through it, and rocks and different things, and it just looks like a pit. I wish they would landscape it or something. Make a little park out of it. Why not make a little park out of it? I think I brought this up a long time ago, have 4 swings, a little parking lot up front where cars used to park. And, where the house was at would be a 4 swings, 4 swings and, something else. I don't know. I wish they would do something different with it, because when you see this photo, not only the backdrop of what it looks like since the demo, but then also, these items right here, a lot of them have been there. A lot of them have been there and have not moved. And it's really, stuff's falling apart. You can tell it's been sitting there for a couple years. It's really unfortunate. But what do you do? No, you know what I mean? It would have to almost be like family members or something to, because it would feel so wrong to you want to clean it up and stuff like that, but then at the same time you don't want to move it, because that's disrespectful. So I don't know, it wasn't a good picture. It just showed all of these items withering away, and then the backdrop, you can kind of see it right there of like the overgrown grass and patches and mixed with rock and debris, and it just, I don't know, it's just such a sad sight. It's too bad that, you know, there couldn't be something there that would make people look over there and just think of the beauty instead of looking over and looking at all the destruction, you know, looking over to see what was built after instead of looking at what was torn down and dismantled, you know, not just the victims, but the whole, that whole section is just sad.
Obviously, the house is gone. Where was the camera that had that video and audio that ended up being so dispositive?
It was on the front side of that house right there.
This house here?
Yep, on the other side.
Pointing at the intersection?
Why did he look back? That was weird. He asked him the question and then looked back up at Queen Road Apartments. What?
Chief, we're here at the site. Obviously, the house is gone. Where was the camera that had that video and audio that ended up being so dispositive?
It was on the front side of that house right there.
This house here?
Yep, on the other side.
Pointing at the...
Why would you look back after, like, that's a weird reaction, unless he noticed something out of the corner of his eye or something. I don't know. It's just weird.
The intersection?
Correct.
And that's, I would assume, how you knew a white Elantra was something of interest to put out. After he does the three-point turn that you guys captured on the camera, Brian Koberger comes up this driveway and parks in this parking lot, and then essentially surveils the victims from a vantage point up here.
Hey, they added new markings there. Now they got parking spaces. Oh, wow. Look at that. Look at that. Now they got spray painted little parking spaces as you walk up, even along the side of the road. Interesting. Wow. Huh.
Brian Koberger comes up this driveway and parks in this
Yeah, look. Wow, that's pretty crazy. Huh.
Parking lot. And then essentially surveils the victims from a vantage point up here before making his way down into the back door.
Correct.
And these trees are a lot thinner. And from here, you were looking right down through these trees into the second floor of the home.
Whoa, that looks different too. What the heck? Okay, so where's this red car at?
Here, before making his way down into the back door.
Correct.
Oh, it don't show you. Maybe.
And these trees are a lot thinner. And from here, you were looking right down through the...
No. I don't understand what... This is not...
trees into the second floor of the home. And those sliding glass doors that...
Is there another angle? Hold on. You know why? Because I went there in November. I didn't go there in frickin' August. Of course, it's duh. I'm sitting there looking at it like, this does not look like, because I didn't have that much cover. And yeah, that's right. I went there in November when there wasn't any trees on that. Because I'm like, this is weird. What'd they do? Add some trees? No, it's because of the foliage. Okay, because where that red car is, that's where I would park. That's why this part was throwing me off right here, where his hand is, you know, because I'm like, dude, I literally could just see right through. And yeah, because it was November. Duh. All right.
Testimony about seeing him heading in the direction of the back door. So that obviously led us to this area. Now, one thing that we do know about this area is vehicularly, there's only one way in, one way out. We had members from every agency out here on foot, canvassing every
yeah, see?
every square inch that we possibly could for days. checking every single home for any kind of camera system, talking to anybody who we could get a hold of to see if they were around or if they heard anything, saw anything that night. Starting this investigation from the ground up, and it was a whodunit.
Were you guys aware inside the task force of the intense media interest in this, and maybe some of the skepticism that began to develop whether or not you'd get us solved?
Well, that was one part of this investigation that we certainly weren't ready for. Didn't think it was going to happen. None of us thought that this would turn into an international media event, and
he says some important things though too, because for all the people that still continue to bring up that they had Kohberger in November, they had Kohberger in the first week of December. It's why I was like, if you go to the interviews, and remember the 16th, the 17th, they didn't know about Kohberger until the 20th. You go back to those interviews. That's why I was like, you look at the body movement, look at the action, look at the eyes, look at how the mouth, when it speaks, the comfort level. Yeah, they didn't. So like, even with like him being followed by the FBI, on his cross country trip from Washington to Pennsylvania. It's crazy though. It's like, that's going to be the biggest mystery ever. Where'd the knife? Where'd the knife go? That's the biggest mystery ever. And I don't think he's ever going to tell anybody. I think he's going to keep that secret to himself. I'm sure at one point he'll discuss in his version, because we'll never know if it's true or not. But I'm sure at one point he'll discuss his version of events and what took place, and have a reason. That's the biggest question, and I'm sure BK will answer that one. How did the sheath end up on the bed? I bet you he tells you the order. I bet you he'll tell you why he dropped it, and the reason. Maybe he might make that up. Who knows? I think he got startled from Xana. You hear Dylan in this body cam we're about to go through. She was talking about how the roommate was screaming, somebody's here, running down the stairs. So I'm sure that, he got distracted, and it was his first time, and he lost focus, and it didn't hit him until he, it's kind of like that moment when you accidentally lock your keys in your car, right? You're in such a rush and you're trying to stay focused, and you shut your door in your car, and all of a sudden, as soon as you hear the door shut, you're like, oh crap, I forgot my keys in the car. It's that kind of moment where he's going to ditch the weapon, and then he's like, oh crap, I forgot the sheath. Same thing. I don't think he'll ever say where the weapon is. I think he'll keep that to himself. I think he'll tell you how he entered, how he exited. I think he'll tell you what he wore. I think he'll do. But really, when it comes to like, I'm sure he's going to leave out a bunch of stuff too. A lot of stuff that maybe he messed up and we didn't, nobody knows about. Stuff he messed up, he probably won't mention. He'll probably make it out to be bigger something than what it is, just so he can have that recognition for what he did, right? But I think he will. I just don't think he'll tell anybody where the weapon is. But this is what I'm wondering, like with all the stuff that he's pulling in prison right now, like with this harassment stuff, and how he doesn't seem to understand where he's at. Like, you're in a maximum security prison, bro. Like, I don't know. It makes me wonder if he's gonna like use that to try and get some kind of favor or something. You know what I mean? Like, hey, just make sure I'm in a comfy spot and I'll tell you whatever. I don't know. We'll see.
Force of the intense
What's up,
media interest in this, and maybe some of the skepticism that began to develop whether or not you'd get a solve.
Well, that was one part of this investigation that we certainly weren't ready for. Didn't think it was going to happen. None of us thought that this would turn into an international media event, and it caught us off guard.
There's a lot of speculation online and elsewhere regarding what occurred in the house. What did you find when you got them?
Upon arrival, the initial officers found Zaina and Ethan in Zaina's bedroom on the second floor,
Right.
and then on the third floor in Maddie's room were Maddie and Kaylee.
Why do you think he did not attack Dylan?
Again, that's just pure speculation. We just don't know.
Did he see her? Definitely.
From her recollection, if I recall, she did say that they looked at each other.
Their eyeballs met.
Correct.
And yet he walks right by.
Correct.
There's all this speculation. Why didn't she call 911? Am I wrong in saying that even had she called 911, there was likely nothing that was going to be able to be done for the victims?
That's correct.
Really? I don't think so, buddy. Looked up and to the left. That's correct. No, that's a bunch of BS. Miriam. Yay, year one. Thank you so much for being a member. It's crazy how quick a year goes by, huh? Let's give you a little round of applause. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much. Did he just say this? Did he just say this? Got a lot of boots on the ground stuff coming up, Miriam, here in the very near future. And that membership is going to come in handy. Trust me. Going to get a lot of footage. A lot of raw footage. All right, here we go. Let's hear him say this again.
At each other.
Their eyeballs met.
Correct.
And yet he walks right by.
Correct.
There's all this speculation. Why didn't she call 911? Am I wrong in saying that even had she called 911, there was likely nothing that was going to be able to be done for the victims?
That's correct.
Dylan gives the description, and it's a pretty good description. It ends up being important, I believe. Body size, shape, body type, bushy eyebrows, balaclava. Was her description not an important piece of the puzzle?
Certainly was. Yeah, it was helpful. And then once we identified the suspect, those details that she was able to give did match.
There's some recent reporting that
the detail. I did a short. I think it was my first short ever. Hold on. Let's just play it for old time's sake. Let me see here. I think it was my first one ever. Yeah, let's go back to this. I don't even know when I did this. Hold on. When did I? Episode 70. That's when I used to have the episode numbers. I think I quit giving the episode numbers after like 200 or something. It's like, man, there's so many. Who knows how many episodes there's gonna be. Episode 42,712. It's like, yeah, after 200 we're like, all right, we've already done a couple hundred episodes here. So this says episode 70. And with the shorts, it's so hard to see here. Description, maybe. Does it give me the date? No, it don't. Oh, there it is. Wow, January 8th, 2023. So January 8th, 2023 is when I did this. Let me see here. So this, now when it comes to Dylan's statements, hold on. I'm telling you, like, I get it. Whenever I go through these old videos from back in the day, listen, y'all, sometime if you're bored, just go to my live section. Just keep scrolling all the way till you get to the first videos. And just sometime, just go back over them. There, I get a little nervous sometimes because I'm like, oh my gosh, rookie CJ. Rookie CJ. All right, so here we go. I missed this background, you guys, that I have right there. That's when I had the neon blue LED lights going around the ceiling to give that neon blue. I love the neon blue, as you can see with everything that we reproduce here. The electric blue, I love that. And yeah, that was the side camera. I do have side cameras and stuff. I just never use them. It was always too hard with StreamYard, but they did an update, and I think it'll be easier for me to switch. I just wish they did it with different scenes. I'm waiting for that. But I'm really thinking about going back to this kind of background, you know, not the green screen. I want to get some stuff, you know, back behind me, get the neon blue, you know, have the wall and just have different things up there. But when it comes to Dylan's statement, ooh, contribution, dang, 26 months. Thank you. And I appreciate the kind words. Thank you for the hard work, tremendous dedication. Thank you for the support as well. And let me throw this up there real quick, and then we'll check out this old clip that I did from, let's see, January 8th. So that would be about month, because I started it November 5th. So that would be yeah, like 2 months, a little over 2 months. So let's give that round of applause. Thank you so much. So when it comes to Dylan's statement, this is something I brought up way back then about this whole statement. This was just 3 days after the PCA came out. We went through the PCA. We broke it down. January 5th, 2023, the PCA came out. This was just a couple days later. And when it comes to Dylan's statement, this is what I had to say. Bringing to it's reasonable doubt. You know, it's like when it comes to these bushy eyebrows, give me 5 people with the same build, bushy eyebrows, all dressed, clad in black, ski mask or whatever the mask was, bushy eyebrows sticking out, and then pick him out of the lineup, you know? There could be so many holes with that part. Definitely I could see that. Not saying I don't think he committed it, in my opinion, all the way back then. But how many people have bushy eyebrows, you know? This just a couple days later. So when it comes to Mr. Dallinger, and then it was the statements in the description from the witness. Yeah, yeah, those matched up pretty good.
Speculation. Why didn't she call 911? Am I wrong in saying that even had she called 911, there was likely nothing that was going to be able to be done for the victims?
That's correct.
Dylan gives the description, and it's a pretty good description. It ends up being important, I believe. Body size, shape, body type, bushy eyebrows, balaclava. Was her description not an important piece of the puzzle?
Certainly was. Yeah, it was helpful. And then once we identified the suspect, those details that she was able to give did match.
Just some recent reporting.
It is. It's reasonable doubt. You know, it's like when it comes to these bushy eyebrows, give me 5 people with the same build, bushy eyebrows, all dressed, clad in black, ski mask or whatever the mask was. Bushy eyebrows sticking out. And then pick him out of the lineup, you know? There could be so many holes with that part. Definitely I could see that. Not saying I don't think he committed it, in my opinion. But how many people have bushy eyebrows, you know? Damn straight, man. It's like yeah, those details they lined right up. Yep, they did. All right, hold on, we'll get back to the rest of that interview here. Oh my gosh, it's just wild. It's just wild.
Piece of the puzzle?
Certainly was. Yeah, it was helpful. And then once we identified the suspect, those details that she was able to give did match.
Just some recent reporting that Koberger was heard by Dylan literally saying Kaylee's name during the attack. That would argue, obviously, that he knew who was in the house by name and that there had to be some kind of a previous contact. Is that accurate? Did the task force hear this?
Not that I can recall. I'm not quite sure where they got that report, but that doesn't seem accurate to me.
So you don't remember hearing anything about him saying the name of Kaylee or any of the girls?
By the way, I did a video on that a couple days ago. If you go to my video tab, you scroll down here, and the last one that I put out, Kaylee's name was not called out by BK during the crime. Here's the link for it. If you want to check it out, put it in your watch later playlist. Check it out later. Come on back. I'm sorry. There's so much. You see it. Like there's so much speculation and clickbait and all this other stuff because there's nothing else to talk about instead of real shit. And the people, like, and this is like, they should know better, man. These people should know better. They're not rookies. They've been in the game for a long time. They got, massive communities. And the fact that it's like, okay, when I put out a video about so-and-so, it's not hitting, so I gotta think about shit to bring up about Idaho for just to keep that view count going, You see it all over the place. It's wild out there, man. It's wild. And a lot of people that you thought never would even go that route or go in that route, you're just like, damn, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. But no, that yes, she did state in one of the documents that she thought that she heard that. But when you're listening to the investigators, and it's what I brought up in that video, if you're really like gonna boil it down, who would want for BK to have been confirmed to say one of the victims' names? Law enforcement? Like, they would want that. That adds to their BK committed this crime. And so all these people that are questioning this evidence, right? If you're going to question it, oh, there's nothing that led them to BK except for the sheath, which is true. But if you're going to question the evidence, well, then you got to, you can't flip-flop and then say, oh, yeah, he called out her name. What do you mean? the people that would want BK's name to be confirmed to call one of the victims, that adds to the sheath. You see where I'm going? It adds to the sheath. If they only have the sheath, don't you think they'd want to add that to it too? Like, yes, DM heard BK and his voice call out Kaylee. That's another. So if law enforcement is coming out and saying, no, yes, she may have mentioned that, but after all of these extensive interviews, and after her realizing that she wasn't recalling certain parts and all this other stuff, we determined that he did not call out Kaylee's name or any victim's name. And if they're not having that connection, then it's just like, I don't understand why there is one, because that tells you right there. I mean, gosh, it was like, it's crazy. All the shows on her name being called out by BK alone. And it's like, my gosh, man, read the information, you know?
Correct. The only thing that I believe was reported was that he said something. Someone heard a voice say something along the lines of,
"Here to help
It's
you.
okay. I'm here to help you."
Right.
Why this house? Why these girls? What do you? Any theories from the task force?
No, we weren't able to track down any connection.
None whatsoever.
None,
including online.
Correct.
Yeah.
Now our invest.
See, he's scrapped. That's why I said people are not giving him as much credit as they should. He's a hell of a lot smarter than y'all think. That's why I said, if he didn't leave the sheath, he wouldn't have got caught. All these people that are like, he's a stupid criminal. The hell he is, dude. I've been telling y'all, like, no, this dude's smart as shit, dude. He was able to clear technology in 2025 that investigators couldn't catch up to. Hello. He just made the mistake of dropping something like, damn, I forgot to tie my shoe. This is a simple mistake. I guarantee he wouldn't have dropped it if he wouldn't have got startled. I guarantee that. But when he got startled and she started yelling, that took all of his focus away. And all of a sudden he did. Not until he was ditching that knife and the clothes that he used, and when he put it in the bag and dropped it down, and then he walked back. Oh, shoot, I forgot the sheath. Damn it. That's when it hit him. Because I guarantee if he would have thought about it, he would have went. Because he wouldn't have thought about it until after he took the clothes off, you see? Because if you still, that's the reason why he didn't know if he should go back in and get it, is because, look, man, I already wore the suit. I don't have another one. If I go buy another one, that's going to be suspicious. What the hell do I do? So it's not like he remembered or anything like that, or got spooked out. No, because he would have went to get that damn sheath. He's not going to casually walk by Dylan and she see him and he's just going to casually walk out. That's why I said it. That's how I can tell it was his first time, because if it wasn't his first time, he would have went back up and made sure he got it, because he wouldn't have lost that focus. If he had already done it before, he already has that focus part taken care of. Now he can. That's why you get better the more times you do it, because now that you got your focus on that, you went through it, you don't have to pay as much focus to that. You can start to expand your focus. He lost his focus right there. Dropped it. Exactly. The dude was smart as shit. And I'm like way smart, because listen, you got all of these other people that are out there. All of these other people that are committing these crimes. And they're literally getting busted with digital forensic evidence. Think about it. Think about, if it's not DNA, it's digital forensic evidence. Like, and nowadays, with the technology. Hell, the stuff that we don't even know about because it can't be introduced into trial because we can't know about it. We've heard of those cases before too. And he was able to wipe all of it, gone completely, no connection. We'll be going through in the interviews with the people from Celebrite and whatever the other company is, the ones that were talking about the digital forensics. And they came up with a great story. I read the article. They came up with a great story. But when you read the words at the end, the ending words were, we don't have anything concrete, just habits that are odd. We don't have anything concrete. The dude was smart. He forgot to tie his shoe. Sorry, buddy. You're not as good as you wanted to be, but you are you are way smarter than people are giving you credit for. Because to me, dude, if you wouldn't have dropped the sheath, this is what I'm glad he got caught. Because if he wouldn't have dropped that sheath, I'm going to tell you right now, just like I brought up the whole expanding the focus, the more times you do something. If he wouldn't have dropped that sheath, I think he would have been this new age serial killer that it's not like he would have been going all over here, all over there, and continually getting away with it, because they couldn't even catch up forensically with digital evidence. He already look how he did. He didn't have any DNA of the victims on his stuff, and he didn't leave his behind except for the sheath. Like, you get better over and over and over. It would have been one of those SKs that we would have been sitting back going, why aren't the cops even getting close to this person, while we're seeing all these other SKs getting busted with technology, and there's that one SK that is above the technology. I really think that he would have turned into that, and it could have been however many years that go by of a period where people are like, oh man, you don't even know if you could walk outside your door to get frickin' toilet paper, right? Just like when the crime first happened there, Moscow. You had mothers of babies that had to get chaperoned just to get formula because they couldn't. Single moms. I mean, I couldn't imagine. But no, he was way smarter.
Investigators dug very deeply into social media and all of the potential avenues and all of the tips that we got pointing towards that, and we're never able to establish a connection. We did find, once we got his devices, that he had been routinely wiping them and using programs to do such.
Yeah.
But in all of our other dives into all of the social media of everybody involved, we weren't able to find any kind of a connection. Everybody wants to know. Everybody wants to know why this house, why these kids, and we just don't have that information, and I don't think we ever will.
I beg to differ. I think that he's gonna share it at some point. I really do. I think the only thing that he's not gonna share is the things that he messed up. He might over glorify some of the things that makes him look like he perfected it even more. Whoa. Oh, shoot. That's crazy. Emmanuel Harrow's parents just got arrested. I was actually going to do a show on that right after. I already got it set up. Dang. That's crazy. Well, it was suspicious. That's why I was like, man, I got a whole bunch of stuff ready to go for it. That's crazy. So his parents just got arrested. They if you haven't been following that case, they took the car yesterday. They took the car yesterday, but they're just getting arrested. That's wild. All right. So we're going to go through this body cam stuff. Now, again, it's going to give you the audio, which is important. Some stuff is going to sound like it's fake. Some stuff will sound, pretty convincing. But you can definitely sense the struggle and the shock that is going through their minds, and everything that's going on. It had to be really scary. And then also, there's the photos. There's like 382 pages of photos that came out too. And so we'll check those out as well. I'm so glad that because man, those parents were so shady. And when we get into the stuff that I got prepped for you, you're going to see like, man, this needed to happen. And I'm glad it happened, because none of that stuff made sense at all when it comes to that crime. All right, so we're going to start playing the body cam here. This was released from Law and Crime, and like I said, it's redacted. I'm glad it's redacted, because this is the only version I would play. I definitely wouldn't be playing the other version that wouldn't, that would show the stuff. I don't think that's appropriate. And like I said, that stuff really doesn't matter, for that. So, all right, here's the body cam that was released yesterday. It's crazy. It's already got like, let me hit the like on it. 500,000 views, man. That's wild. That's wild. All right.
Pretty much they were in the meeting room for the dancing and laughing.
Sorry, hold on. All right, here we go. Starts off right here.
Pretty much they were in the meeting room for the dancing and laughing. Kaylee went upstairs and she screamed because someone's in the room and she ran downstairs. And I kept calling her name and she wouldn't answer. And then I saw the guy. I just locked the door and I ran downstairs. We don't know what's going on.
Just come here.
Yeah, for 8 hours. Sorry, not sorry.
There's two. Looks like fatalities.
I heard her scream and she ran downstairs because she saw someone. That's what I'm pretty sure she said. Someone's here, and she screamed and just ran downstairs. And I called for her name, but I jumped up and locked my door because I was so scared.
See, if you're so scared, how did you think that it was just a joke? I don't understand that reasoning. I really don't. Like, I went downstairs to BF's room to go to sleep because we just thought it was maybe a joke. You hear the audio from the 1112 ring cam and how much Murphy was barking. And you're like, how in the hell does somebody not think something's wrong when a dog is barking like that?
And then I heard someone in the bathroom and I heard her crying and I heard some guy say that you're going to be okay, I'm going to help you. And I kept calling her name, but she wasn't answering. And then I opened the door for a second and I saw this guy and he was not insanely tall, but he was wearing all black and like this mask that was just covering his forehead and his mouth.
Well, get in town. We've got a quadruple homicide.
I'm trying to contact the phone with my 13 at 10 hours of the day. 3170, what was the second unit going now? 40. Pretty happy. Multiple people on the phone tonight saying that really not seen is passed out, not waking up. So if they got drunk on tonight, the state's going to think about it and being in the room with them. Trying to get for that. Because I want to be around. How many copy that 20-year-old female unconscious trying to get further? Captain 130, you know.
Look at that. Oh my gosh. It's so trashy there. It's so trashy there. Just look at the trash. Look at that. Two different mattresses, siding. I mean, the garbage bags just overflowing. It's just I mean, and then you see the photos, and it's just like, geez, the trash everywhere, inside and out. I'd hate to see what it looked like after a party if that's what it looked like after it was deep cleaned for Parents Weekend. You know what I'm saying? Remember Dylan's statement? They probably wouldn't find the suspect's DNA because we deep cleaned it. Well, wait a minute. Thought you deep cleaned before the crime happened. But anyway.
Where's she at? Yep, where's she at?
Not very many people. You see this? Now, we thought there was a whole bunch of people. Obviously not. There's not that many people that cleared out that quick. Look at the timestamp. 1,207 seconds. It's 12 p.m. Okay. The first responders got the call a few minutes before this. Okay. And where's all of the people that were supposedly standing outside? Look. Where's all the people? No people to the left, no people to the right, no people behind me, just people up front. And how many people? Just 4. That's it.
Where's she at? Yep, where's she at? Where's she at?
Yes.
And then there's Hunter. Where's the person passed out? You know, somebody couldn't talk. You know, somebody couldn't talk very good.
Where at? Up here?
Up here. You got it all from them that someone, I just came checking here and see if I just.
Okay, so that's the photo. So there's a better shot of the table. So there is, see how he's kind of walking by right there? So I can see how that was pushed up against the wall, and then that gave more room right there. And he, I assume, moved it over so he could walk to Xana's room instead of going from there. Now, same thing with the spill. And look at all this light right here too. So before, when we talked about how you would only be able to see one eyebrow if it was pitch black, think about all of the light that would be projected with the string lights that are on that little shelf stand right there. That's a lot of light that's going to be produced, you know, in that area. So as she's looking out her window, or looking out her door through the crack of the door, it had to illuminate the person quite a bit, actually, with that string light. That's a lot of light coming through it.
And I checked this using the video, and I didn't check them yet, but I'm 13.
All right, hold on.
Up here? And I checked this using the video, and I didn't check them yet, but I'm 13. Okay, get back. I don't know if they're still in here or not. 1370. Okay, stay back there, please.
That's when he notices Ethan. That's when he notices Ethan. Hunter is pretty calm. Hunter's pretty calm there. They had parties there from the morning, afternoon, and all the way through the night that night. There was a lot. There was a party from the morning, right away in the morning. A lot of people were already too intoxicated by 1 o'clock in the afternoon. There was a big party that was going on at the house. Started off at 11:22, and then they went back and forth from 11:22 to Taylor Ave Apartments, or the Whites is what they call them. And Xana was actually hosting a party for everybody starting off that morning. So I'm sure they were all, a lot of them kind of dispersed in the afternoon towards the evening. But yeah, they did a lot of partying that day.
Slow down. Just come here. There's two. Looks like fatalities. Dude. All right. Okay. Nobody's allowed to leave for now. Okay. Just stay here for me, please.
They haven't even gone upstairs at this point either.
Do you know the... Okay. Here. Can you guys go over to the dumpster for me, please? Okay, let's clear it. Thanks for... What's over here? Okay. I'll just start down here. Police department. Police department.
Moscow Police Department, if you're in here, announce yourself. Moscow Police Department.
That's what I'm surprised about already. You go in, you find, like, the first officer that showed in, right, on this cam, goes in, discovers the body. You have another officer coming up. Why are you not going to make sure the rest of that premises is secure? How do you know that the person that committed the crime isn't right behind that closet door right in front of you, or even upstairs? That's crazy to me. You automatically go outside, you tell people to, hey, you're gonna have to stay here. I go back out to my vehicle, then me and the officer are gonna go upstairs. I mean, oh, it's wild, man. What if the dude ran out and ran through that damn sliding glass door while you walk back out to tell the students, hey, you guys gotta stay here? Don't get it. Don't get it. You didn't even clear it. It's crazy. Now you're going to clear it. They're lucky something didn't happen to them. I mean, that's really sloppy. I'm sorry.
Clear here. Going up there. Please, far right.
We're on third floor, going up. We got another. Let's go, please, far right.
Dude.
Okay, that's Kaylee and Maddie's room right there. You can tell because he's walking up to the bathroom there.
We're on third floor, going up.
So there's Kaylee's room to the left.
We got another.
I don't know why that part's redacted. That doesn't make sense to me.
Let's go, please, far right.
I don't understand that part. So now, hold on. My gosh. So now you're seeing him walk towards Maddie's room. And you can tell because now you see the bathroom straight across. Maddie's room is to the right. You can see the stairwell right there as well. I wonder if those lights were on too. My gosh, no wonder it was easy to maneuver through there. Little teeny night lights everywhere.
Dude.
It's a nice shower.
We're clear. Let me just secure the outside first. So.
The front door.
There's a back entry. I was going to start taping it all off.
Brian's taping the outside.
Yeah, I'm going to go upstairs with no gloves on while I'm touching the door or the rail. Look at that. I'm going to walk up the rail, no gloves on, and I'm going to touch it.
We're clear. Let me just secure the outside first. So.
The front door.
No gloves.
There's a back entry. I was going to start taping it all off.
Brian's taping the outside out.
No gloves.
Okay.
And he didn't have booties on. He's the same one that was in Xana's room where you see the photo and didn't have any booties on. Same guy. Same guy. Look, he's touching. This is wild, man. The guy that does. So you're seeing him walk back up. The guy that doesn't have gloves is now standing in Maddie's doorway. See, he turned around. Now he's going down.
I got in there.
Shut the door. Shut the door. Leave the frickin' door where it's at, dude. There's no reason to shut the door. Everybody's already out. You're not going to be letting anybody back in. Why in the heck? Are you going to even touch the damn doorknob, dude? They didn't even... They didn't... Oh, my Lord. No wonder they couldn't find nothing. Jeez. Man. All right. You see where that table's at? That's plenty of room. That's plenty of room right there. Now, obviously, it would have been slid over. That's why I think Hunter moved it when he first went in there. Because nobody's going to be able to run by there. That's why I think it was moved over to the side. But look at all those night lights all over the place. It didn't matter. It did not matter. It did not matter. The dude had night lights all over the place. It didn't matter. Elevation changes, didn't know the layout. It didn't matter. He didn't have to scope the inside. You got night lights on the first floor, the second floor, the third floor. I mean, you couldn't have had a better setup. That's wild, man. That's wild. Night lights everywhere. Look at that. Just everywhere.
The prints.
The whole wall, the other side here, up on the stairs. I mean, shoot. It's like a perfect setup. Like a perfect setup. Look at this. Night lights in the kitchen. Night lights everywhere. Dude, you couldn't ask for something better. So there was people, anybody that says there was snow on the ground, there was a little bit, but not when the crime happened, there wasn't any. It was just a coating. And look back here. It's not, you could. So you're talking walking back up here, you could definitely, they might have been able to tie some kind of, and I'm sure you can vacuum out the leaves really good, but I'm sure they could have found some kind of little small particle of a leaf or some kind of dirt sample that they could have tested when it comes to whatever dirt they might have found in the car. They could have linked it up that way too. Like if he did walk anywhere in that area right there, it's got different pH level, than they can really do a lot of different testing when it comes to the soil part and even the foliage to find out if that matches too. So they might have been able to do that, but there's no way you're going to see anybody on all these leaves and dirt. You're not going to see any kind of something that's going to be left behind from a boot or something right there. There's no way. So it would have been so easy. It's crazy though, the black backpack that's sitting there though. There was lights all over.
There's nothing else out there. Do you want me to go back there and start IDing people?
So sloppy already.
Okay, I'm going to start IDing all of them. It's a. Oh, yeah. Thank you. No, you're good. Hang in there, brother. Okay.
They tell you anything? They watched last night at 4 mostly work in the main room.
This is one of the.
Pretty much they were in the main room. I heard them dancing and laughing. Haley went upstairs and she screamed because someone's in the room. She ran downstairs, and I kept calling her name and she wouldn't answer. And I saw the guy. I just locked the door and I ran downstairs. We don't know what's going on.
Can you come here with me, please? Break Fire 3170. Could you guys grab some blankets for all these people out here?
Oh, okay.
Nope. Just come over here with me, please. Okay. Just give me 1 second, please. I'm going to get your name and information. Just 1 second. We'll get you a blanket and stuff, all right? Thanks, guys. Yeah, that'd be good for now, and then maybe the big white blankets whenever you move on. Actually, you guys should probably just hang on to these whenever. Is that name on this one? No, yes, it is. Okay. Who would like a blanket right now? It's temporary. Anybody like one for your feet to stand on? Okay.
Jeez, my lord.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, if that email shows up, that'd be great too. Grab some blankets.
My lord. The frickin'.
Yeah, 1 second. Let me just grab it. Oh, you guys info.
Oh, my lord.
They're warmer. Okay. I know she was barefoot, so I was hoping to get something for her, but thank you very much.
God dang, that's freaking. Oh, my lord, my ears. My damn ears. I'm sorry. I look, ask Chat GPT if ask it if it's real. There's a reason that people get Oscars, because they make it sound so realistic. It sounds so real. This doesn't even sound it doesn't even sound B movie budget. It doesn't even sound B movie budget. That damn scared, but never mind.
Thanks, boss.
Not even B movie budget. God, that freaking sound, man.
Okay, what's your last name?
Jeez.
And your first name?
That noise.
And your middle name? What's a good phone number to reach you? Is this your address?
Yes.
What's that address?
1122 King Road.
Is your driver's license right?
Yes.
Okay. How much have you seen in that?
No, I don't really know. I just saw my friend when I called because we were so scared. We're like, can you please come help us? And that's all I saw. Told us not to go in. That man right there. That helped show you around.
They did go in there.
Yeah, and that's when he told us he needed to call the cops.
Okay. Do you mind just waiting over there for me, please? Okay. Now I overheard you talking about last night.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't have to, the more we know right now, the better. We can start this process.
Yeah.
Somebody will probably be revisiting this interview with you very soon. Again, okay? So you're probably going to have to retell the story quite a bit.
That's fine.
All right. What do you remember seeing? What started?
I remember I was in my room and I was trying to go to bed and I heard Kaylee, who ex-girlfriend, who has a dog in her.
Real fast. Which one is your room?
Kaylee.
Which one is your room?
Oh.
What room are you in?
Gosh, this noise. Oh, it's horrible. It's tearing my ears up, y'all.
You were in that room?
My room, not Xana's room. My room.
And your room is this one right here?
Next to stairs. That one is Xana's room.
Second floor room.
Second floor.
Okay.
All I heard was I heard her go upstairs. Like, okay, I'm gonna go to sleep now because she's going upstairs.
And you heard who go upstairs?
Kaylee and the dog Murphy.
And upstairs to the very top?
Yeah, that's where her room is.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden I heard her walking up. I heard her scream, and she ran downstairs because she saw someone. That's what I'm pretty sure she said. Someone's here, and she screamed and just ran downstairs. And I called for her name, but I jumped up and locked my door because I was so scared. And then I heard someone in the bathroom, and I heard her crying, and I heard some guy say that you're going to be okay, I'm going to help you. And I kept calling her name, but she wasn't answering. And then I opened the door for a second, and I saw this guy, and he was not insanely tall, but he was wearing all black and like this mask, which is covering his...
Where's the trembling in the voice when you're describing everything? I mean, where's the cracking, the trembling, just a normal story.
His forehead and his mouth. And I locked the door and I called, and I didn't know what to do.
This was at 4
a.m. Yes. Okay. And so then I just ran down to
you left here?
Yeah, I left my room down to she's that one with the white blinds at the very bottom. Okay. I ran down there and we talked, and we just locked the door. We didn't think anything of it. We're like, nothing happens in Moscow, so we just like tried to go to bed. And then we woke up, and it was weird because none of our roommates were up, and we called all of them. They were not waking up, and so me and like, this is weird. So I called and to come over, and then that's when all this happened.
Who all lives here with you?
Me, that one right there.
Okay. Who's Xana?
Xana is the girl in there.
Is the girl that lives this one?
Yeah.
Okay. How do you spell her name?
Xana.
Do you know if she has a middle name?
Alexis.
Oh yeah, the people in the background, that's legit. I can hear Bethany. I'm sure. Like Bethany, it's the person who was around the frickin' everything that was going on up above my bedroom, right across the hallway. I mean, you saw the mother effer. You saw the mother effer. If you're that scared, then why weren't you that?
I think.
Do you know what her last name is?
Parental. K. I don't know how to spell it really. K. You know? R-N-O-T-L.
K-A-E-R?
K-E-R.
K-E-R-N-O D-L-E. Okay. X-A-N-A. Okay.
Ethan lives in there. He doesn't actually live here, but he's here like almost all the time.
There's a male that lives here, and
he doesn't actually live here. He's in the Louisiana, I believe.
He's in there right now.
But he doesn't live here, but he's here a lot. And then there's Maddie, Mogan, and Kaylee up top. I don't know where they're at though.
Maddie
Mogan.
Maddie
Mogan and
Maddie
Kaylee.
Mogan.
Yeah.
And who?
Kaylee Gonzalez. She's the girl that I was talking about, Kaylee, who I just heard her go upstairs and then run back downstairs.
Okay. And the guy that lives here, his name was what? He's usually here.
Ethan.
Ethan. And you knew he was here this morning?
No, I didn't know. I had no idea he was here.
Okay. All right, describe the guy that you saw.
I don't think he was a little bit taller than me. And I couldn't really see much of him, but I'm almost positive he was wearing a full black outfit. And he had this mask that was just over his forehead and over his mouth, and he didn't say anything to me, like, at all. I just shut the door and locked it, because I didn't know what to do. And I think he went out, like, the side door, the sliding door in the kitchen that goes out to the backyard.
Okay.
And then I didn't know anything else, so I called, and I was like, I just need to come downstairs and find you, because I don't know where anyone else is. And I called Maddie, I called Dana, I called Kaylee, no one would answer.
Okay. All right. For Zena, do you know how old she is?
She's 20.
Is she in a sorority house?
Yeah, not anymore.
Okay. She's a student at UVI?
Yes.
Do you have any contact information for her parents?
No.
It's okay. Well,
okay.
we can get that eventually.
Her dad's name.
And then Ethan. E-T-H-A-N.
And Chapin, C-H-A-P-I-N.
Hey, what's this?
Chapin.
She's saying this morning around 4. There's a guy, black mask, was in there. She didn't recognize him. She heard girls screaming upstairs. She got scared, locked herself in the room. And then the screaming all stopped. She's pretty sure that this masked person went out that back. And right now I'm getting all victim information. She knows where the 2 girls are up there. I haven't told her who's deceased or anything like that. They have 4 people that are unaccounted for right now.
It's like, okay.
Whose dog? Who owns a dog?
Kaylee.
Okay.
So we seen that picture before, right here, where we seen the students standing there right on the side of the road. We've seen that picture before. Yeah, there was so much, especially when we heard all the stuff coming out from that 1112 King Road video. I just don't understand how. I just don't understand how. I'll never understand. I brought it up in the very beginning. Got a lot of hate for it. I don't give a shit. That's why I said, like, nobody plays God. You don't determine if I'm able to make it or not. Just like that question. Well, yeah, 8 hours later, there's no way you can effing save them. But nobody, until you do an autopsy, you don't know. You don't. Never play God. Always call first responders. It's whatever.
As well, and
Since she knows a bunch of the people who are living here, I'm getting all their names, and then I'll finish collecting all their information. Okay. How old is Ethan?
I apologize. There's a door downstairs next to the bathroom that's got a padlock on or a lock on it. You guys?
We don't know.
Okay. Who has access to that room? Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not something you guys normally do?
No, we have no idea what it is.
Thank you guys. Okay. So Ethan, how old is Ethan?
I believe he just turned 20.
20. And it's Chapin, Chapin.
Yes, I believe.
Okay. Do you happen to know either of their date of birth?
This is breaking news as well. Now there is a active shooter at Henry Ford Hospital in Detroit. The active shooter, let me see it. It says there is a person that was fired on in the basement of the Henry Ford Hospital. So this is just breaking. It sounds like it's going to be another one of those days, unfortunately.
No, I know Sienna's date of birth.
Okay. No worries. And Ethan's also a U of I student?
Yes, he is.
And you don't see him here right now? You see, but pretty sure he's in that room.
I think so. I think it's what told me. I don't know for sure.
All right. And then the 2 additional roommates that aren't here right now,
They're not.
that aren't here with you,
Yeah.
what are their names?
Maddie Mogan, Maddie Mogen. And then Kaylee, Kaylee. Goncalves, Gonclaves. I think that's how you spell it.
How old is Maddie?
She's 21. Or 21 or 22. I can't remember. They're both over 21, but I don't know exactly.
I think so. How old is Kaylee?
Over 21. I believe she's 21 or 22. Sorry, I don't remember.
It's okay. You're doing great.
Thanks.
I'm asking a lot of you, so I appreciate you. You're doing very well.
Do you know if the other 2 girls are upstairs or not?
Right now, what we got to do is we got to process this whole thing.
That makes sense.
I don't know what I'd be permitted to tell you
That's fine.
right
That's
now.
fine. I understand.
Okay, let's go back. I just want to make sure we're getting everything. So you're sure at about 4 this morning?
Yes, it was 4:10.
You first noticed a guy.
Well, I first noticed Kaylee go upstairs and scream and run downstairs.
So 4 this morning, went upstairs
Yeah.
to the way top.
Yes, to her room. With Murphy the dog.
Okay.
And
And
then
you heard Kaylee scream.
I heard her scream and run as fast as she could downstairs, and she said someone's here.
She ran downstairs.
Yes, I could hear it. You can hear everything. I'm not sure I heard her run downstairs really fast.
Right. You can hear everything. You can hear everything, right? We said that when we went through all those TikTok videos. All those TikTok videos, how you could hear everything. And she said it herself. You could hear everything. So you could hear, obviously, Murphy barking like crazy for quite a bit of a time. You heard somebody scream, yell, someone's there, run down the stairs real quick. You watched a guy walk past you with a object that had a triangle at the end of it. You saw Xana laying there when you woke up. I mean, to sit there and act like you couldn't even see nothing and it was so dark. Guess what? There was lights all over the place. There was night lights everywhere. I will be that ghost that haunts your ass. If you're a friend of mine, I will always say it. If you are a friend of mine, I don't give a shit. And you don't at least call. There's no way I'm crossing over. There's no way that I'm gonna be able to cross over that path, you know? Think about it like this. Just think about this. You live with your friends. All of that stuff takes place. The noise and all of it, everything is exactly the same. And they don't call for you as you're sitting there passing away. Like, you're literally still alive when they could have made the call. One victim, no. But some others, yes. You literally could have made the call while I'm fighting for my last breaths. And then as I pass away and my soul floats up and my soul is sitting there watching my two, mainly one effing friend that was right below me, sit there and be that scared and hear everything, and I'm that soul that's floating above just watching, going, when are they gonna call? 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 They're not calling yet. Oh, they're gonna go to sleep. Guys, call. Guys, call 911. You're that spirit looking down on your own. Call 911, guys. What are you doing? They're not calling. And then your spirit's up there for 8 freaking hours waiting for a 911 call to take place. You think you're going to pass over to the other side? You're going to be able to... Why do you think... You must not believe in positive and negative. Because that's a whole lot of negative. And then if I'm that soul looking down still because I ain't crossed over, and that person gets 100,000 plus off of my death, you really think I'm going to be able to pass over? You think I'm going to cross over? Not only not only wait 8 hours to call 911, but as my soul's still looking down going, what the hell? Because I can't cross over. I'm too angry. I'm that angry soul that makes a fucking cut fly from this side of the room to that side of the room. That's that angry freaking soul that can't cross over. And then that person gets over $100,000 off of my fucking death. Off of my death, you get $100,000 plus. There'd be a lot more than a cup flying from one side of the room to the other if I'm that angry freaking soul. You already did me dirty by not calling 911, and you did me dirty again because you made a shit ton of money off of my death. Yeah, I said that shit.
And then I heard Murphy barking a lot.
Okay.
And then I heard her going to I think it was the bathroom, and I remember her sobbing. And I just remember hearing this guy's voice that I didn't recognize saying, you're going to be okay, I'm going to help you. But it wasn't like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it wasn't in like a nice way. It was like a weird way, like a weird tone.
You're going to be okay. I'm going to help you.
Yeah.
And you didn't hear anything from Kaylee anymore?
No, after that I didn't hear anything. So then I kept calling for her name. I called on my phone, I called Xana, Maddie, and Kaylee. None of them answered. So then I opened up the door to look, and that's when I saw the guy pass by. He looked at me, but he didn't come towards me or say anything, which was really confusing to me. I don't understand that. And I'm pretty sure he went out the side door. And then I called and said she thought maybe there was a fire or like a firework. We didn't know. She heard this loud noise and there was a light, I guess.
Did you hear like a pop, like a bang?
I don't know. Did you hear it bang?
It's what she heard.
Okay.
That's what she heard.
Okay, never mind. You sit there. I didn't hear that.
Hey, where are you going right now?
I'm just going to pick up my phone.
Okay. Where's your friend live? To the left, please.
Yeah, I can move.
Okay.
I don't think I ever heard a bang. I didn't think anything about fire or firework.
Or gunshot.
I told her I don't think I heard anything of that, but I also was kind of in and out of it because I was so scared and I was really tired. And that's when I called and I told her, I need to come to your room because she was the only one that was answering me. So I just ran down there, and for a second I stopped and I saw Xana passed out, and I thought maybe she was just like sleeping or something. I didn't think anything because I was so out of it. And I went into the room and we just fell asleep. And then we woke up this morning and no one was waking up at all. Like no one was answering, which was really weird because all of us wake up around like 9 or 10. And then I called to come check, and he came here first. And I told him what happened, and then I looked in the room and he said they needed to get out and call the cops.
Okay. The guy that you saw, I know it was dark, right? Or were there lights on in the house?
I think there were lights on in the house, I believe.
Okay.
I don't really know what he looked like because he had a mask, but he wasn't like super tall.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'10". I think it was maybe my height an inch or two higher or lower. I can't really remember.
So about 6 foot.
I think so. Around there.
Okay. How was he built? Fat, skinny, stocky?
More like skinny, but like basketball player kind of skinny. Like not too skinny, but like almost fit skinny in a way. That's what I think. I don't know for sure.
And then the voice, he said, when he said those words, you didn't recognize that voice before.
I didn't recognize him or his voice. I mean, I also couldn't see him, but I didn't recognize that voice at all. It didn't even cross my mind if that could be.
Did you guys have a party last night too? Or?
Not tonight, but there was and we had like a formal thing beforehand. That was 2 days ago.
Okay. Is there anything that popped out about that event that was concerning?
No. I mean, I went to Ethan. He is like Xana and who are dating when Xana went there. I was there for a little bit, and then I went to my friend's house down the street, and then I came back home with my friend. Everything was fine. Nothing weird at all. Nothing suspicious until 4 a.m.
Okay. All right. I don't think I have any more questions for you right now.
Okay, if you do,
Somebody else will.
Okay. Sounds good.
So let's grab that. Let's go back over there.
Okay.
All right. Who else lives here? Can I get your last name, please? Okay. Hey.
It's his brother's walking out this way.
Okay, do you mind hanging out here, please? You said, okay. Can you spell that for me? Do you have a middle name? What's your date of birth? What's a good phone number to reach you at?
Oh my lord!
Through what state? What state is your driver's license through?
This is tearing up my ears. Let me know if it's too loud for you guys. It's tearing up my ears.
You have a room that's assigned to you here? When you go in?
Oh, my Lord.
Going?
I don't know what the hell's going on with this, man.
No one else knows.
Were you here last night? Okay. Is it okay if you walk over to my car with me and we can talk over there? Okay. I'll tell you the same thing I told her. Is you guys are probably going to be talking to a lot of people, retelling the same story. So.
Am I still allowed to do home food?
We can't hold you forever. Okay. So we'll cross that bridge when it gets there, and the detectives will work with you guys to get a hold of you however we best can. Okay. So you were here last night. What time frame were you here through now? Were you here the whole time?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. What time did you get here last night?
Can I check?
Yeah. While you do that, I'll turn off my lights here. I'll be right back. I forgot you were here, man. Do you still want to hang out here?
I just want to know what's going on.
Yeah. I don't know how much I'm allowed to disclose right now. We're processing what's going on in the scene. As soon as we know for sure, we can tell you guys what's going on. We absolutely will. I know it sucks to be in the dark with this, but okay. And what's your relationship again? Okay. Yeah, man. As soon as I know we're able to fill you in on what's going on, we'll let you know. Okay. Like I said, you're welcome to get out at any point. If you want to hang out in here, you can because it's warm. If not, if you want to hang out with them, you're gonna hang out outside too. Okay. Tell you what, I'll just crack the door. I'll try to not lock it on you. So can you get water? We can start. Yeah, we can see if somebody can bring some of that stuff by. Okay.
Man, it's giving me a headache.
Okay, sorry about that. All right, so what time were you here last night?
About like 1:24 or something in the morning.
Today? Yeah. 1:24 you got here? Okay, what was going on at about 1:24?
And my friend watching Vampire Diaries on the couch.
You and... Okay. Watching Vampire Diaries.
Yeah. Yeah.
You...
Dude, this...
And then... She's just one of my friends.
The cutting in and out, it's really just driving that.
I'm sitting over there. I just talk.
Oh, okay. All female?
Yes.
All right. Okay, so you guys watching Vampire Diaries out in this the second level? Okay, and then for how long?
I don't know. And then Maddie and Taylor came home from the club. And then we all...
Maddie and Kaylee were at the club.
Yeah.
You know how long they were there? Probably till closing at least.
I don't know. They went to drug truck afterwards.
Drug truck. Okay. And then they came home at about what time? It's okay. You're doing great. So they did get home at 2? How do you know that?
I just have a picture of Kaylee's with Murphy.
Dude, what is going on?
Okay, then what happened?
StreamYard.
And then me and Maddie about Murphy, and then
Murphy's a dog?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I went inside to go to bed, and she was still taking him out. And then I was in my bed, like, about to go to sleep, and Maddie just said that she lost Murphy. Like, she was, like, and was wondering if he was with me, and I just said no. And then I went to bed.
And what time do you think you fell asleep?
Maybe 2:30, 3.
Okay. What time did you wake up at all between 2
I heard something like loud and Murphy like bark. Like usually like she barks at things. And then I thought I saw like a firecracker, so I thought someone maybe was just drunk and like put a firecracker in the house. But I wasn't even really sure because I was kind of still asleep, so I wasn't sure if it was like real.
Okay. So I'm sorry, I had listening to a couple things at a time. Loud, you thought you saw a firecracker because of a quick flash?
Yeah, through like my door, but I was like still half asleep, so I don't know if it was like real. I thought it was maybe a dream.
Okay. And then did you ever like pick up your phone to see what time it was? Or?
Okay. Oh, maybe I might have called her and asked her what was happening because sometimes we do things and I'll call her and be like, oh, what was happening? She's just Ethan.
Okay.
Do you guys recognize all these vehicles in here?
Yeah. I tried to call Maddie and Ethan and Xana and all them at like 4:20.
So you called?
I tried to call all of them.
Maddie? At what time?
4:30 and 4:22. And then 4:21.
I'm sorry, y'all. StreamYard's bugging like crazy. You can see I lost my green screen in the background. StreamYard is just bugging like freaking crazy right now.
And then Ethan at 4:22. And then Kaylee at 4:31. I thought they were supposed to.
4:31?
Yeah.
So no answer, and then did you go to sleep after that?
Yeah, I just kind of fell asleep again. Okay. I was like half awake.
Okay, and then what throughout your day did you got up at what time today?
I like woke up, my jaw was hurting really bad. I took some Advil at like 6 or 7, and then I just went back to bed. So I figured no one would be up anyways. And like, I didn't wake up until we called you guys.
Okay. Moscow 70, could I get the time this call was generated? All right. Do you remember seeing anybody in there that
I
went
was
along?
downstairs the whole time with my door locked. That's why I was at the second story. I didn't really hear anything either. I thought they were just being like loud and making things.
Very typical.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any parent contact information for?
I know Maddie's.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no. I know her boyfriend.
Okay. What's Maddie's boyfriend's name?
You know the last name.
Is anybody having any issues with any boys?
Mm-hmm. He lives in Boise.
Okay. So he wouldn't be up here right now. And then I was talking to you about the formal stuff, right?
No, that was
okay. So you guys had a formal.
The letters were formal yesterday.
Yeah. No issues? Okay. Everybody got along? All right. And you were out here when I rolled up?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I was moving around.
Okay. So I don't know if I have any other questions for you right now. Okay. I appreciate that you did very well for calling as things become more clear. Write them down or something so you don't forget. Sound like a good plan? Like I said, some other people are going to be talking here. And then we'll make sure everybody has the detective's case number or the detective information, and so that you can reach out to us if anything comes to mind and not just wait for us to reach out to you. That make sense? Okay. Physically, are you doing fine otherwise? Okay. All right. We'll go back there. Thank you very much. Does anybody else live here? Okay. Who, by show of hands, who was all here when I got here? Sorry to talk to you too. Okay. All right. One second. So, Maddie and Kaylee were at the club last night. They got grub truck after. Don't know if they ran into anybody that maybe had issues there. They just had a formal the other day when without a hitch. There's no issues at formal. So there's nobody that they should be having bad blood. So obviously follow-up needing to be done at the club and the grub truck at the very least. I did a very preliminary interview with the two people that live here and that were here last night. Everybody else I'm about to identify was not here last night, but was here in the parking area when I rolled up, so I'll just get that information. Perfect.
Anybody asked, is any of these cars belong to these guys?
Ryan asked, sounds like they recognize all these vehicles to include some of the ones down there.
If they ask, and these can leave for the time being.
Okay.
We need to start, once Tyson gets here, we'll start figuring out how to get them somewhere warm.
Yeah. A couple of them did ask about like bottles of water or something. I don't know if there's anybody logistically that can work that out. We can call EMS.
I have a couple bottles in the car.
So I know would be willing to help out however they can.
Okay, I'll go grab those out of my car.
Okay.
And then
they keep asking, what's the status of all four people? I don't tell them we're figuring it out.
They all know.
If they ask, dude. Okay.
You know, I always thought there was just this humongous.
Hi, what's your name? What? Okay. Mind just hanging out with them for a second?
There's 2 tire tracks there. Whoa. There's 2 tire tracks, and I bet it's because they didn't go at a high rate of speed. They slammed on their brakes because they were about to run into that wall. Look. Look, there's 2 tire tracks there. There's 2 fucking tire tracks there. You got one right here. And then another one that matches right there. Huh. Interesting. There's 2 of them. $46. Hold on a minute. There's 2 freaking tire tracks there. So I'm going to try and go slow so it goes up the street so I can get a better idea of that angle. Just taking some screenshots here. That is very interesting. Huh. That's interesting. It's like what they did was they came down that hill. Came down the hill. Their car was heading towards, and I wonder if they slammed. I mean, look at how it's kind of bent there, but I bet they looked like their car was heading straight for this, and then they slammed on their brakes and kind of like looks almost like a little bit of a fishtail in a way. Oh, my bad. 1 second. Two tire tracks instead of one. They always said one. There's actually two.
someone else to go back and just start on this one. I've got ISP on standby already. I've got a call into Dustin. I'll call Payne. We need to talk to everyone. So we get Dustin and Payne working on that. So I'll call Payne now. I'll call Darren and get him.
We have family members walking up for Ethan, the male. Where do you want me to set that?
Still no gloves.
I will talk to them. Can you start with this one?
Okay.
You have this information.
What are we trying to just search this residence?
Yep.
Okay.
So you talk to you. Hey, I just talked to our shift sergeant. Guy back and start on the search warrant right now.
And then the last calls too, this is the timestamps that good right after it happened. Is at 4:21, 4:22, 4:30. She made these phone calls immediately after the bang.
Okay. Okay. Trying to call the people that are in the
Yes.
And no one answered.
And no one answered.
Perfect.
Do we want to shut this down so traffic's not going through?
Probably. I can do that. All right. Thanks, Darren. All right. Sounds like you're possibly was after. Okay. We haven't seen you. Obviously, I shot one here. So you didn't leave anybody. And then, what did your lady say about someone coming in? Seeing somebody come in?
She saw a guy masked, about 6 foot, skinny build, like a basketball player. She described. Said that he had a just full black mask, see like a ski mask. About 4. Immediately after, she yelled and said, "There's someone in the house." This girl ran, locked herself in her room. Could hear a roommate that was upstairs, Kaylee. Somehow she was able to discern that it was Kaylee screaming. Then she could hear this masked man saying, "Sorry."
You call Brett.
She could hear him say, "You're gonna be fine. I'm gonna help you."
John,
And
you
then
want this
no,
whole
it was-
thing shut off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want from me for now? I can just start heading back.
Yeah.
So, okay. Search warrant. As far as the search warrant goes.
Good description of the place.
Okay.
Get a couple photos and describe everything.
Okay.
What are you doing? Well, good in town. We've got a quadruple homicide.
Direct.
Yeah. It's 1122 Queen Road. Yeah.
Yep, sounds good. And then I gotta grab my phone. You're looking for any shell casings, knives, or just any indicia weapons used.
Weapons, signs of force, or tools to break into building, electronic devices, etc., etc.
Okay.
Main thing is
just get the rough.
Just get the body of it.
Okay.
This date, this time, we were dispatched here.
Okay.
Prosecutor, when you get a hold of the on-call prosecutor, tell them what we got. Let them know that you're working on a search warrant and the nature of it, and then we'll go from there. They'll have a long list.
Okay. Do you want these are the victims' names?
I don't need them at this point.
Okay.
I'm going to probably do a quick walkthrough and then go back.
Okay.
I'll meet you 2 weeks then.
I haven't finished IDing everybody here. I'll let Shane know so he can delegate that to somebody else. Hey boss, I got to get going. to start some paperwork back at the station. So I imagine you don't want to go with me. I'll have you stay here. Like I said, we'll let you know as soon as we can fill you in, okay?
It's crazy. It was a lot calmer than I thought it would be. A lot less people, a lot calmer. I don't know. I expected there to be chaos, a lot of stuff going on, stuff happening, all over the place. I don't know. Let me know what you think. I don't know. It seemed really calm in so many aspects. It's throwing me for a loop here. It just seems very odd. Also, the 2 tire tracks. Always thought there was just one. Always just noticed one. The one closest to the house. I never noticed that other tire tracks. So that's interesting. 2 tire tracks. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the photos onto another show. There's so many of them. We actually went a lot longer in the body cam than I anticipated. So what I'll do is I might end up putting a video scrolling through them. So if you're not able to access them, I know some of them aren't able to access them. So I think I might do a video just doing that, and then we can go into them. But we'll definitely go into the photos on the next show. And I gotta restart my computer at this point because StreamYard is just basically shut down to minimum. And I don't know, maybe a reboot will help. So fingers crossed for that. Thank you for being here. And I appreciate it very much. If you're not subscribed, please consider doing so. Make sure you hit the bell. We'll be going live, I'm sure, multiple times here today, just with everything that's going on out there. So come on back. We'll be talking about something else. We'll probably go live here shortly with the baby Emmanuel stuff. There's a lot of interesting information coming out about that. Actually, a video of the mom dumping a garbage bag in a dumpster. And the dad, I hate to say this, they took the car and the dad bought a hacksaw. And so that's why they were arrested this morning. They took the car yesterday, probably found something inside of note, and kind of put 2 and 2 together when it comes to mom throwing a garbage bag in a dumpster and dad buying a hacksaw. Yikes. I love you guys. Yeah, I love you guys. Please be safe. We'll be back here in a little bit. Also, the active stuff that's going on that we've been covering lately, too. We'll get into that. And we'll have the probably Idaho 4 show maybe late tonight if nothing's going on. Not sure yet, but if not, it'll definitely be this weekend. We'll go through those photos. I love you guys. Please be safe. And we will see you on the next one. Appreciate you guys being here.
I'll take the check right now.